Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Eminence in Shadow season 2 episode number 10 reaction. Alright, the previous episode, it was the beginning of a new arc, I'm guessing. And this arc is related to Rose and a new character. We still don't know her name though. Her code number is, I think, 559 or something like that it was. And she's apparently one of the people who have gotten Shadow's power directly, just like Rose got, you know. And like she called in Rose and the other two girls, 665 and 664, to assist in a mission. However, problem strikes where we get to see that Rose sees her mother in the whole cult of Diablo's like situation, and obviously she tried to protect her, and now Rose has been taken away, and like apparently she's going to get married now. Probably the plan, like Perv as had this is all his plan and everything. However, while all of these things are happening, Sid is unaware of it, and Sid was thinking about how to make Rose the evil tyrant queen, and him being like the person who's going to help her out from the shadows and all, with the whole setting inside his head. He had that whole set out, but then when he realizes this is going to happen, he gets pissed off and he's like, what the hell, I've been doing all of this to make you the evil tyrant queen and you're gonna get married? And he's pissed, and now he's gonna try to stop Rose or whatever, like, he's going to do. So let's see what happens. As usual, it's full on confusion, full on misunderstandings, but at the end of the day, just like every time, it's still working out. So let's see what more shenanigans happen. So let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here, sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. What the? What? What? Who? Hmm. Yeah, I guess, but. Oh, true, she was the one who. Because Shadow is pissed. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, right. Let's see. Okay. It's just, what can I say? It's just, oh my god. Oh. Hmm. Caged bird. Well, hmm. What? Okay. Wow, that is some. Oh, so he's trying to think how he's going to enter the entrance scene. All right. Um. Wait. Oh my. How much slime has she? Oh God. Yeah. Bro. Imagine putting your own picture in a. Oh, God damn it. Oh, oh no. Chaos theory. Yeah, you know what? Okay. Ooh. Okay. Oh, here he is. Hmm. Yeah, okay. Yeah. 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 Wait, didn't Assad meet him in while he was with Iris? Ah, you know what? Oh no, hopefully he plays not better than her. Like, because he's supposed to be her student. Oh, but yeah, he's a mob character. He's going to play in a very. Yo. Oh no. Jaded and bit. Yep. Blood tax. Ah. Wait. Wait, who's that? Per Assad is like, wait, what? Oh, what are you doing? Oh my god, he's gonna stay. Oh, that's what he was planning. Bruh. You know what? Sometimes. Okay. Yeah. Wait, does he have something? Okay. Oh, that's. Is that. I can see where this is going to go. Oh no, that's that ring. I remember. Okay, he took it. Hmm. Wait, who is this? Margaret, a new character? Ah. What I. Hello? Um. Wait. Oh, I was like, wait a minute, is she one of our people? Why are you so close? What the hell is going on here? Yeah. Uh, Damn, that's a. Oh my god. New wealth. Ah, but you're supposed to be a mob character. Come on, Sid. Wait. Hello? What are you doing? Um. He's like, so, wait, what happened? Yeah, what's going on? Like, why is she so. Huh. I was a person. Barbaric arts. Okay. Oh, when the king. That's why she hates him. Her. She again grabbed his hand. Yeah. Religion. Oh my god, Sid! Listen! Sid, just. Oh my god, who the hell is it? What the? Who? Hello? What's up with your. What? You. Um. Yeah? Okay, very good. What? Damn, Sid. Your legs. Okay. Maggie. I don't think that's what happens. You just probably look at. What the hell? Yeah, no. Right. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Oh my god. I love how Sid completely missed that she actually said where she was. Oh wait, is she? Damn. Oh my god. Um. But, um. Are you not questioning how he is here? Oh no, here we go. Yeah, there you go. He's eating casually. Oh my god, this is just. Bruh. Oh my god. Oh. Yeah, the true path of a tyrant. Yeah, exactly. To stop an atomic bomb, and he was able to do that by literally becoming an atomic bomb himself. Is he going to eat? The biscuit. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Pervert that way. He's using that word. Well, damn. Damn. Mm. Come on, Rose. You can just slash his hand out. But oh my god, is bro? What the hell? So okay. Yeah. So her mother was like a okay. Her mother was actually on the side of the cult of yeah. He took the okay. He took the plate. Oh my god! Come on, don't. Thank God he took it. Oh great. Here we go. Yeah. But it took it too far, yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Oh. Yeah. So she's like, don't try to do anything on your own. Let Shadow take care of this. Bro. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Hmm. Well, they cannot. Oh, I see. Damn. Here we go. He's gonna bring the ring now. And everyone will be like, oh, as expected of Shadow. Yo, what are you doing? Wait, what the? Oh, damn. It's frozen. Um, they're like, what? You've already done it as expected. Sasuga Shadow-sama. Okay, this dude. Who the hell is this? Oh, wait. Is Mordred Iris's? Okay, I'm not sure. But oh no, this is gonna be fun when it takes it out. Yeah, I'm sure now. Iris's dad is more. I don't know. I'm not sure. I think I'm sure, but I'm not really sure. I don't think so. Can you please open that? You'll get the shock of your life. Bruh. Yeah. Wow. Alright, there you go. Okay, like I'm saying, I'm not really sure, but it seems like Mordred actually might be Iris's dad. I don't know, like I said. It seems very like I've always thought it was so suspicious how they never really showed Iris's father's face in a proper way. Like the whole mysterious thing going, and now like we literally see that this dude with red hair who's talking to, and yeah, I'm like 50% convinced that Mordred is Iris's dad. It would make sense because like Iris's dad has a very weird way of what the hell are these? Oh my god. What I was saying, yeah, more Iris's dad has a very like not nonchalant, but I would say like a very weird, like like, oh, I'm not going to interfere in this kind of policy all the time. Like, so yeah, it is possible that that's actually Iris's dad. Is that it? Yeah. Okay. All right, that was this episode. So we get to know a better understanding of the whole situation. So yeah, what's her name? Rose's mother, Reina, I think that was her name. She was with the cult of Diablos. It seems like that, at least. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is because like that ending scene. So and it kind of makes sense because we saw like the way she kind of completely, like when they were going to attack her, the way she was like, "Oh, save me, Rose! I'm so scared." Like a few moments ago, she was literally standing there and yawning. You saw that scene, when she comes in and she kind of does that whole thing, and then she stands and starts yawning. Like, if you were that scared, why would you be yawning in the middle? Like, what are you on about? So yeah, that was full on bait. She was just completely like acting over there, trying to save her own skin, and that's why she acted like that. And yeah, it's pretty obvious now that she was working. And so basically, Rose just threw away everything for her mother, who's literally a liar and a fraud. So there you go. And Rose still doesn't know about it. That is why the Shadow Garden was saying that, like Epsilon was saying, like, oh, we should have told her. We didn't really tell her. It was our mistake not to give her the whole information, and that is why this happened. So there you go. That is one thing. A few other things happen here. First of all, this girl, Margaret, I don't know where she, like, this is the thing about this show. Like, random characters pop up now and then, and I'm always trying to think if this character has been introduced before, and I'm just forgetting about it or not. When Margaret was introduced, I was like, wait a minute, like, is this character a character that we've seen before? Maybe briefly, and I'm not really like like remembering that. But then when she introduced herself as Margaret, I'm like, okay, probably not. Like otherwise, like yeah, she's probably the first time we've seen her, and she says she was like Rose's caretaker or something like that. So yeah, so that whole thing, it is so, I don't know what's going on with that. She like starts to, okay, so a few things she kind of says is kind of interesting. Okay, she got very fascinated seeing Sid's playing, and that's why she was constantly trying to, like, I don't know, like cling to him. And okay, what she says here is, where's that part? Okay, yeah, she tells her about becoming like the exclusive pianist of, the Perv Hassat and all that, and she's like, oh, you get this amount of money a year. Okay, your salary would drop by 70 minutes. Network, okay, all that stuff. Marquis new wealth. Right, so all these things she's saying. One thing I need to check here, because here we go, this part. She says, I recommend my own family. Your family. Our starting pay for musician is 50 million. Okay, one thing I don't understand here. She talks about her family and she says how they can pay 50 million. I can talk to my father and convince him to give you 70. So they're rich. They're like from a very good family. Like, probably like, I don't know, like maybe some kind of a small noble family or something, like a, why is she working for the, oh, I guess that is why. Right. Okay. So this part kind of confused me. I was like, she talks about her family having like so much money and giving that to like Sid if she comes to them, you know. But then she's working as a caretaker of Rose, and I'm like, how does that work? Like if she herself and her family is so like affluent, like why is she working for the royal family? But I guess that is exactly the reason she's working. Probably because you know how, like obviously Rose's family is like the biggest one. They're literally like the rulers. So and I'm guessing Margaret's family is probably like a lower, like a smaller noble family, or like like a one of those like like, yeah, something like that. Like smaller noble branch family, something like that. And maybe that is why they are working for Rose, because because that's how it's supposed to go. Because I think that's why it is. Because for a moment I was so confused. I was like, if she's so rich, and why is she working for Rose? But then I guess that is exactly the reason why she's working. Like her being one of the, probably one of the nobles, one of the children, daughters of a noble family. That's why she's working here. Probably to have a good connection to Rose, and curry in favors, that kind of thing. So I'm guessing it's something like that, right? Okay. That was the whole thing with Margaret. What else? Um. Oh, yeah, and also Sid also fascinated Perv Assad with his singing, and literally stole all the, like like ornaments from everyone. Perv Assad, that ring also was stolen by him. I love in the ending section, Assad is like, oh, like I have everything in my hand, and he's like holding the thing. It's literally empty. Nothing in it. I'm pretty. Oh my god. Wait a minute. One thing I need to check. When he takes it, where is that part? He does. Yeah, he uses his string. Oh, he literally extracts the ring from inside it. Yeah. So, oh, see, it was inside the box. So he uses his string to somehow bring the ring out of the box without disturbing the box. So there you go. Okay, that was that. Now, another section of this episode where Sid goes and talks to Rose. So again, more like, I don't know what to say. This whole section is just so, like, each of them are like talking about a different thing, but it somehow works out by the end of it. Even though their conversation is not the same thing at all, it still works out by the end. Oh my god, that's so funny. And yeah, you know, I guess part of it was like they were kind of in the same what's that word? In the same, like, like they was part of the whole conversation where they were actually talking about the same thing. When Sid was talking about, oh, your conviction, this and that, that day. Nah, but I guess they still, yeah, they were kind of talking about the same thing, but at the same time, Sid was talking about something else, while Rose was talking about something else. Rose was talking about that day being her promising Sid that, like, that whole thing, while Sid was thinking about her becoming a tyrant. So it was like the different reason they were talking about, but it was the same conversation they were having. That's why it kind of worked out flawlessly. Like, even though both of them meant a different thing when they were talking about that. So yeah, and this is Eminence in Shadow. It's always works like that. Like half of the characters talk about something else, and like it makes no sense. But by the end of it, everything still works out. So that's literally what happens here. Yeah, and what else? And oh, the ending. Like I said, that ending section. Now, like I said, I'm 50% convinced that Mordred, like he literally tells, like, like brings up Mordred's name here. So Mordred, which is this person that he's talking to, is Iris's father. Like I'm 50% convinced. Mm, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But it seems so, like, like both of them have red hair. Both of them are like so mysterious. The way they show them, portray them, Iris's dad, we saw her with him before, and this guy, they never show their face. So because of all those similarities, I think this is like Iris's dad. And Iris's dad being Mordred would make so much sense. Like I said, Iris's dad, the way he kind of operates is so weird. He's a king, but he tries to always stays in the background, doesn't really try to uh like try to go deeper into the problem. He's always in the outskirts, trying to not do something about all the bad things that are happening, and just always not going to the crux of the problem, and always just waddling around the whole problem, acting as if, oh, I cannot do anything, nothing could be done. So that whole thing, and that is why Iris is so frustrated, because Iris wants to do something, but her dad is always like, oh, this is not how it should be done, you should, all that stuff. We saw all of that in season 1, if you know what I'm trying to say. So him being Mordred would make a lot of sense, because if that's the case, then he would be part of Cult of Diablos, and if that is the case, then that is why he's always so nonchalant about everything. Even though his whole country is going into ruins, he literally doesn't care. That is why. But again, like I said, I'm 50% convinced, I'm 50% sure. There's also this 50% of me that is thinking maybe not, maybe he's like a completely different person. But let's see, let's wait and see, if I'm correct or not. Yeah. Okay, so that was this episode, a great episode. Yeah, let's see how this goes. Let's see what Sid does after this. Okay, so let me talk about this episode scene by scene, like I usually do. In the beginning part of this episode, we get to see Lambda is here, and okay, one thing I don't understand here: what was going on over here? Why are there people wearing school uniforms? Okay, I'm so confused here. Lambda opens the door. There's girls behind her wearing the sailor uniform, the school uniform. Okay, I feel like I'm missing something here. I don't know. Right, anyways, I'm probably missing something. Anyways, so here, the other two girls come in. I forgot their name. I don't remember these two girls' name. But they're always with the Shadow Garden. They are talking about the whole situation, about the insubordination of Rose, and and Lambda's I'm actually feeling bad about this, because I was the one who kind of brought her, and I was the one who was in charge of her, and she's like, that's why I'm so frustrated. But these two are like, no, you shouldn't do anything, because Shadow himself has taken control over this situation. That's why we, or anyone in the Seven Shadows, are not authorized to do anything about this situation. And Lambda's like, wait, what? Shadow? He's doing this personally? And she's like, oh, but I do understand she did kind of betray us, but that seems a bit too far, Shadow-sama himself taking care of this situation. And they're like, who knows, what goes along, what goes around in our Lord's mind, he's the Almighty, we plebeians won't be able to understand what goes on in his magnificent mind. Yeah, typical conversation between the Shadow Garden girls. And then we move to Shadow there. Not Shadow, sorry, Sid. Sid here, kind of trying to think what he should do in this situation. He said going around the places, eating I don't know what that was, some croquet or something, potato croquet or something he was eating, whatever it was, and here we get to see Epsilon. Epsilon is here. Epsilon's like, oh, Shadow-sama. She was immediately she was going to say Shadow, but she stopped herself. Anyways, so taking obviously since Epsilon is here, it'll be easy for him to infiltrate. So now he is acting as Epsilon's student, even though he was the one who taught Epsilon about the peon and everything. And that's why Epsilon's like, I'm so sorry, you have to be my student, but we have to keep this like pretense, like kind of this is how we should go. And Shadow's fine with it. Obviously, Shadow doesn't care. I love how Shadow's like slime 99%. Good God, she's increasing the percentage, isn't she? What? Oh my God. Anyways, so Epsilon quickly tells him that, oh, all our informants, all our spies are over here. Don't worry about it, And yeah, and then in comes Perv Asshat. And Asshat is like, oh, you're supposed to be playing today, but sorry, like Rose couldn't come today, like, and stuff like that. And then he looks at Sid. Okay, here's the thing. I'm trying to remember. Didn't he see Sid in the whole what was the name of that? The battle in season 1, the whole thing that happened where Iris participated. That whole thing. Wasn't he there? Like, I remember Sid sitting there beside. Oh no, I think Sid dipped out. Sid actually dipped out before he saw. Yeah, okay, yeah, I think I remember what happened. Oh yeah, so basically what happened was, like, since obviously her sister Claire was like, oh, you need to stay here, and see me fighting. And then you remember that Sid came and met Iris and talked with Iris and everything. Sid literally sat beside Iris. And then I remember, okay, I think that's what happened. When Perv Asshat came in, Sid ran away, taking the opportunity of that. And that is why Asshat never saw Sid, as far as I can remember. Correct me if I'm wrong. So that is why, okay, that is why he couldn't recognize him here, I think. Anyways, so he's like, oh, who's this? And yeah, so Epsilon's like, oh, this is my student and everything. And Asshat is like, oh, but we need a, like a proper identification and all that stuff, all those paperwork we need. So and I love how, like, Epsilon is like, oh, unfortunate, then I need to leave, it's unfortunate we couldn't do anything. And then he's like, oh, no, it's fine, like, stay here, let me test your pupil. If he's good, then yeah, we can allow him. And yeah, this is where I was thinking, I was like, what's Sid going to do? Is Sid going to play so magnificently that it even surpass Epsilon's playing? Wouldn't that be kind of like drawing attention to him? Yeah, that's why he kind of thinks like, oh, I shouldn't really make this like a big thing. And yeah, he does play very beautifully, so beautifully that everyone gets completely like gobsmacked. But I doubt he played more. I doubt he played better than Epsilon. I'm sure he kept his abilities or his talent in control. He probably played very good. So good that everyone was very mesmerized. But I doubt he went above Epsilon's capabilities, because I'm sure everyone would be then like, what the hell? How can he play better than Epsilon? Wouldn't that be the case? Wouldn't that be the first question that comes to everyone's mind? So I think that's what happened. He did play very nicely, but within limits, But still, it was pretty fascinating. Everyone was like, wow, this is amazing. And when everyone was like so fascinated, he robs them in broad daylight. Literally in broad daylight, he robs them. And like takes all their ornaments and everything. Oh my God. Yeah, he uses his slime to get all of that. Okay, here is where Margaret comes in and sees the whole scene and gets fascinated. While Epsilon is taking pictures. Anyways, all of that happens and Asshat is very surprised. Asshat is like, wow, you're amazing. Like, how about you join me? Come with me. Come under my, my whatever, like sponsorship or whatever the hell, But Epsilon's like, nope, I'd like to stop you there. He still has a lot to learn, So yeah, he's still not ready. And she also doesn't tell him them his name. When Asshat was asking, oh, what's your name? She's like, oh, I don't want to reveal it. And this is where Sid takes out the box. No, no, not the box. He directly takes out the ring from the box. Oh my god. And yeah, so all that is happening, and then after that, this scene where Epsilon is talking to Sid, and Margaret comes in almost on top of Sid, asking him about like, oh, like, what's your name? This is the first time in the palace, this and that, you know. And Epsilon is pissed. Right. Either way, so this is where what I was saying a few moments ago. She starts talking so enthusiastically and says like, "Oh, you'll be amazing if you join, go under the, uh, like if you join one of those nobles, or maybe Perf himself." And he talks about like so many people, like, oh, if you go to this person, they'll give you like a lot of connection. However, this person will give you a lot of money. And she starts like, and then in the end, she was like, how about my family? I can tell my dad to pay you at least 70 million. Now, like I said, I was a bit confused at this point. I was thinking like, wait, if she has that much money, why is she working for the royal family? But I guess that is exactly why she's working as the, like the, what do you call it, the caretaker of Rose, because she's from one of the noble families. They're probably trying to like gather more influence, and this is how they're doing it, something like that. Like, because I do remember seeing in a few animes where, like, like from like noble families, people come to like the actual royal family, the central royal family, and they work for them as like maybe the princess's caretaker, or like, like the someone like that, maybe like the head maid or something. They work for, even though they are themselves are very like influential and rich, they still work for them just to gather more favor and more influence because of that. So it's probably something like that is happening here as well. I'm not really sure. Either way, oh my god, then this dude comes in, this Prince Romeo. I don't know his name. I forgot his name, whatever he is, this guy. And he's like from the sidelines, he's like, what is happening over there? How dare he? How dare he go? Oh my god, all, like a typical, yeah. So Sid converses with Margaret, and they talk about like this whole thing. When Sid asks Margaret about Rose, he instantly like completely changes her way of speaking, and she's like, "Oh, like, you also want to like talk about Rose, huh?" And she says how she hates the fact that Rose was the reason why the whole the whole incident happened with the king, and now their kingdom is in ruins. I love this part where Sid is making such a blank face because he knows that half of the reason for everything happening is him. And that's why he's like making such a weird blank face here when Margaret was saying how Rose is responsible for everything. Okay, right. Anyways, so again, like Sid, he is just, he doesn't listen. Sid thinks that, oh wait, this girl is not going to tell me anything. Let me just run away. She's not going to tell me where Rose is. He goes away, and then she literally tells him that, oh, I know where she is. Please don't tell me. Princess Rose has been locked up at the top of the West Tower. While Sid thinks that she's trying to convert him to her religion or whatever. And then this guy comes in, Prince Romeo, whatever his name is. Okay, he says, oh, he's a castle guard. I don't think they mentioned his name. And he is just constantly, he's like, oh, like how dare you, like you think you're better than me? You think you think you, just because you can play some piano, you think you're better than me who is one of the castle guards who is fighting to protect everyone, like, and Sid is like, sorry about that. Sorry about that. And he keeps like leaning forward, and Sid keeps like leaning back. And he's like, oh, like don't just fight there. Stand there, fight me. And then he like starts talking about Margaret and calls her Maggie and Waggy or something like that, weird nicknames. And he's like, oh, we are so much in love. Like, every day we come to the garden. And she She never talks to me. She's such a shy person, like so endearing. But she never talks to me. But I do know our feelings are actually like so much for each other. And he keeps babbling of like the most delusional crap about the whole situation while they show the scene as like like where Margaret gets weirded out by him and runs away, and he's thinking and he's interpreting that as if she's shy or whatever. Like, good God, yeah. And Sid is like, you know what? Like, screw them, screw every one of them. They just want to recruit me to their new religion. I don't want anything of that. He goes away while he keeps blabbering about the whole situation. Anyways, after that, Rose is there in her room, and Sid comes in, just literally climbs the whole place, and Rose comes and hugs him the first thing, and Rose is like, "Oh, you're here finally," and I'm like Rose, I think you have a bigger question to ask. First of all, why is he here, and like how did he know that she's here? But anyway, she does ask the question, and she's like, "Oh, why are you here?" And he's like, "Oh, because one of my like teachers, yeah, stuff like that." Anyways, after that, this whole scene is so funny where Sid constantly eats those cookies, keeps eating that while talking and speaking to Rose, and it's hilarious that even when he left, he took the plate with him. Oh God. Right. So here Rose and Sid has this whole conversation about something completely different. Each are talking about something completely different, but they are actually talking about the same topic. So it's a weird conversation they have, but it works out by the end of it. Sid is like, "Don't you remember that day that you promised me that you're going to become the tie?" And as he isn't able to complete his sentence, and Rose is like, "Stop, Sid! Don't say, don't bring that day up." Oh God. Uh, and like I said, she doesn't let him complete his sentence about the whole tyrant thing. That's why each of them thinks that they're talking about something, but each of them are talking about something different. So obviously, Rose is talking about the day and how, like how much, probably how much feelings she has for Sid and all that, while Sid is talking about her becoming a tyrant, and each is talking about a completely different thing. But it works out in the end because technically they are like both of the things that they're talking about is actually like at its core it's the same thing because like as we see in the end there was this section. um okay, Sid talks about his dreams and says how his dreams everyone thought that it's like something like foolish, like it's something that can never happen, and Rose is like, "No, your dream is the most like it's precious for you, you should never forget it." And okay, where's that part? uh yeah, would you grow up already, they say. I don't care what anyone says, your dream is the most precious thing there is. um and then he's like, "We tried to stray true to our chosen way of lives." Obviously, he's talking about her being a tyrant, while Rose is not talking about that. No matter the obstacles we faced, no matter who rejected us, we strayed true to ourselves. But now you're perverting that way of life. Right. Anyways, so yeah, this whole conversation, like I said, they're talking about something different, but it does kind of coincide at the same point. That is, they're talking about their dreams and what they wanted, you know. And yeah, and he's like, you're now giving up your dreams for that. You're like changing, you're perverting out of that goal because of that. Um. Okay. So yeah, but in the end, Rose is like, "I have nothing left to tell you. Please go and be happy. You don't have to think about me." And this part was really good where the whole transition happens. She was like looking at him smiling, and then suddenly the transition, and she is like, it's evening time, and she's wearing the black dress, and she's like completely making a scrunched up face. Right. So okay, so this whole thing, like I said, she's doing all of this for her mother. Like that's what it seems like to me, because like she she went through the same thing before as well, if you remember, and she ultimately decided to stab, like kill her dad, and then follow her way of getting stronger. And she decided to join the Shadow Garden. But then after joining Shadow Garden, she realized that she still is not strong enough to do anything, to change anything. So she starts questioning her motives again, thinking like, what has changed? Nothing has changed. I was just like I was then, and still I'm here. I'm not able to do anything to change anything. And in that type of and in that moment, in such a vulnerable moment, when she was like questioning her motives, that whole thing happens when her mother comes in front of her, and that makes her change her mind to come back again, probably to thinking that she's going to save her mom. And then obviously now she is in the same situation that she was before, but before she was able to get out of there because she took that decision, but now she's not able to do that because probably because she's thinking of her mother. And she also, the fact that going to Shadow Garden she wasn't able to change, so she's probably thinking now that, oh, even if I go back there I won't be able to change, so it'll be the same thing, so what is the point? And that is why she's again in the same situation that she was before. Even though that situation she was able to overcome it, this time she's not, because her motives and everything, her becoming strong has not happened. And she's now questioning that whether going back even did anything, and will it change her, you know and not only that, also her mother, the whole situation with her mother as well. She thinks that her mother is a hostage over here, while that is obviously not the case. As we can see, her mother is putting on lipsticks and everything, just prancing around the whole palace. Yeah, so there you go. So Assad tries to says, Assad is like, oh, don't make that face, and throttles her, grabs her throat and everything. Right. So Sid hears all of that from, and he's like, oh, so that is what's happening. And he's like, okay, I'll have to switch to plan B. Right. And he has the ring. And he's like, oh, I wonder if this is a wedding ring. I feel bad for Assad. I took it from him. But well, he puts it back in his pocket. Right. And then we get to see the scene with Epsilon and 559. I think that was her number. And yeah, this is where she says, talks about, Reina, I think that was her name, Rose's mother, and says how she is a little bit sad, not sad, but she feels a little bit responsible that she never told anything about this to Rose, even though Rose was set here as part of the mission. And she's like, oh, maybe we were part of the problem. If we told her about the whole situation, maybe she would have reacted there differently. If we told her about the truth, that is, her mother is literally one of them. So, and you know what, I kind of agree with it, because obviously if they told her that, oh, you know what, your mom is actually working with them, obviously at first she would be like, oh no, I don't believe it, this and that, but then when he would see the whole scene and see her mom go there and do that thing, I feel like she would have realized that, oh yeah, you're right, probably. But since she had no context of the situation, she just assumed that her mother is a hostage. If they told her that, oh, your mother's actually working for them, then she would have gone there and saw the scene, and she would have interpreted it differently than she did. Anyways, but nothing you can do about it now. And yeah. Okay, so then they talk about the ring and the key and all that. Yeah, they might use the key. There you go. If the legends are true, the kingdom will. Is the Black Rose that dangerous? Once when Oriana Kingdom was threatened with annihilation, they used it to wipe out the Velgatan troops who were bearing down the royal capital. There you go. So it's that's powerful. And then Sid comes in And everyone's like, oh my god, Shadow Sama is here. And 559 takes out the watermelon and everything, not watermelon, I think that was muskmelon, wasn't it? Yeah. Brings that out and gives it to Shadow. And is fangirling over him while Epsilon is like, oh, should I massage you? And Shadow's like, oh, I've already completed everything. Everything is going according to my plan. And they're like, oh wow, as expected of Shadow-sama. This is the first day he is here undercover, and he's already done everything. And that is amazing, as expected of our Lord. And then this scene. Like I said, my guess, 50%, I'm convinced that this is Iris's dad. And since Assad calls him Mordred, that would mean Mordred is Iris's dad. Not 100% sure, 50% sure, but let's wait. I'm sure it's going to get revealed. Right, so they talk about the whole situation, and Assad is like, oh, I have this with me. And Mordred is like, oh, good. When the sun rises on our success, then you too will be granted a seat in the rounds. But you're not married to the princess yet? Make no mistakes, Perv Assad. And then he is like, senile old fool. The key princess, Rose, the kingdom, they're all in my hands. What will you do about it, Shadow Garden? Yeah. The ring is actually not there. And yeah, and then Rose's mother is there. She's like, oh, where are you, Perv Assad? He's like, these women. Yeah, well, obviously it's pretty obvious what's happening over there. So yeah, her mother is a freaking like a liar, and it's just the whole situation is just Rose is doing all of this for her while she's just, so yeah, what can I say? Like, it's just, so yeah, I'm going to that is it. That was this episode, episode number 10 of Eminence in Shadow season 2. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed, comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that is it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode of the Eminence in Shadow. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.